Finding our comfortable seated position, let's just take a few moments for ourselves. Deep breaths. Relaxing your eyes. Controlling your breath. On your next inhale, let's sit an inch taller. Pull your shoulders back a little bit further. Taking your time to roll your neck, keeping your shoulders relaxed, side to side. Nice and slow movements. You're welcome to take this into a complete rotation, opening that chin behind you. Making sure you go in both directions. Let's bring our head back to center. Let's take a few shoulder rolls going forward. Controlling the movement. And reversing that circle. Relaxing your shoulders. Let's extend one leg, keep one leg tucked into your body. We're going to start with a side stretch, bringing that arm up by our ear and reaching over to our side. Notice how my chest is not dropping forward, not yet. Feeling that stretch in your side, maybe in your lower back. As you exhale, I want you to drop that chest forward and walk your hands to the center. With that extended leg, I want you to keep that knee facing up. Try to avoid the temptation of letting it roll in. Take your time as you walk those hands back below your shoulders, using them to press yourself up. We're actually going to take this extended leg and swing it behind us. So you're making kind of a zigzag position. Rotate those hips towards that front leg and release down to your forearms here. So here's your level 1. If you want to take that a step further, I'm going to have to rotate here so I'm on my mat. Feel free to use the space that you have. So here's your level 1. If you want to take that a step further, feel free to extend that leg behind you into your full pigeon. Again, releasing to those forearms. Slowly pressing yourself back up, tucking that knee behind you if it is not already. So we're going to do this in the reverse order. So place your hands behind you, windmill those knees over to the other side, start in that zigzag. Again, I kind of had to adjust so that I'm on my mat. So like I said, we're doing this in the reverse order. So we're going to start here, level 1. Releasing to your forearms in this position. If you want to take this a step further, extending that back leg, knee facing down. Deep breaths. Slowly pressing ourselves back to our hands, tucking that knee under behind us, rotating those hips to the front, bringing that foot closer to your body if you need to, and taking this leg and extending. Very good. Like I said, we're going in the opposite order, so we're going to start reaching forward here. Just like on the other side, I want you to avoid letting your extended leg roll towards the center. Try to keep that knee and your toes facing up. As we walk our hands over to that extended leg, we're going to open our chest to the front to feel that side stretch. Inhale as you lift back up. So I'm going to give you 2 options again. So you can choose to stay in your butterfly as your first option to open your hips. For those of you who want a deeper stretch and want to open into a full straddle, feel free to open it up here. I'm a little crooked on my mat. That's okay. And I want you to walk those hands, whether you're in your butterfly or you're in your straddle, go ahead and hinge at the hips, reach forward. As you exhale, try to release the tension. Release into the stretch. Slowly walking your hands back toward your body. Swing those feet together, shake it out if you need to, and let's bring it onto all fours. Very good, everyone. When you're all in all fours, let's start with just some head movement. So back stays still, just nodding your head, yes. When you're ready, starting to add your shoulders, notice how your spine follows. Tucking your as you tuck your chin into your chest, you're pushing away from the floor with your shoulders. Sinking those shoulder blades together as you open your chin. Allow the movement to migrate up or back into your spine and eventually into your hips, into a full cat-cow. Inhale as you lift and open. Exhale as you tuck and round. Completing your last exhale, shifting to neutral before sitting on your heels into child's pose. Let's give those wrists a little bit of a break. Roll them out if you need to. I have a new challenge for us today, but we're going to start tabletops. We're going to start with just holding a bird dog. So let's start by kicking that right toe out behind us. Left arm reaches by our ear. When you're ready, lifting that foot off the floor. We're just holding this, imagining that glass of water on your back. Gently release your toe, and then your hand, and then your knee. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. Left toe kicks back, right arm reaches forward. When you're ready, extending and squeezing. Releasing with your toe, your hand, and then your knee. Let's go ahead and step that right foot forward. Drop your hips. Sink into this stretch here. We will go back into that challenge. I'm just kind of getting you ready. Extending that front leg, bringing your toes up towards your shins, leading forward with your chest and belly. Slowly shift forward, bringing that front foot flat. Hands to the inside of that leg. Stepping back, let's switch over to the other side. Left foot kicks up. Drop your hips. Take your time. Extending that front leg as you bring your toes towards your shin, leading with your chest and belly. Slow shift forward, front foot's flat on the floor, both hands on the inside of that leg. Let's step back into our tabletops or modified plank. Exhale as release down to the floor. Inhale, pressing up into the cobra of your choice. Shoulders press down to the floor, pressing away from your ears. Chest is open. Exhale, release. We do have that one more time, so you have one more chance to make that a little more extended. Inhale, press yourself back up. Try not to favor one side here. Exhale, release, elbows close to your body. Slow press up through tabletops. Hips back into child's pose. Let's get ready. Use this time to recenter. You have your challenge coming up next. Your pose challenge of the day. Slow shift forward into that tabletops. All right, so we're gonna start. I want you to pick which side you feel more comfortable with when it comes to your bird dog. So you may not start with the same side I do. We're gonna kick that foot back. Again, make sure your hips stay level. Try not to let your hip drop here. Opposite arm reaches forward. Slow lift into that bird dog. Next challenge, you're gonna flex that knee with that foot behind you without letting your back compromise here. That's your next goal. Next goal, you're gonna take that extended arm, reach for that foot behind you. If you can do that, can you extend and lift? So it's almost like a dancer's pose on the floor here. So here's your next level down. Next level down is just a bend in the leg. Go ahead and extend, toe down, hand and knee release. I'm curious how all of you did. If any of you actually got the full pose, take a picture of it, send it to me later. Took me a few practices to get that one. All right, so that was the side you were more comfortable with. Are you ready to do the side that may be more challenging? When you're ready, let's shift forward to that tabletops. Toe kicks behind you. Arm reaches up. Lifting into that bird dog. Remember to stop at any time here, any level. Next step will be to flex at the knee. Try not to let that back compromise. Taking that extended arm, reaching for that foot, maybe opening up, lifting through that leg. There is a arch in the back in this one. It's like a dancer's pose, a standing dancer's pose, just on the ground. As you release, woo, arm goes forward, flex, extend, toe, hand, and knee. Sit back on your heels, walk those hands side to side. Whichever option you chose, I hope it was challenging. Hopefully it gives you something to work towards. Let's slowly shift those those hips forward. Tuck your toes under. Let's lift up and back into that downward dog. Soft elbows. Hips pressed back. Slowly taking those feet forward towards your hands into that forward fold. Adjust as needed. Eyes are looking behind you, maybe taking your hands higher on your legs, placing them on some sort of elevated device. Slight bend through the knees as we lift into standing. Like always, heads last to come up. Big inhale here at the top. Exhale, push those hips back, lengthen to the spine. Swan dive, forward fold. So back to where we started. This time we're stepping back with our left foot. Right foot stays forward for our runner's lunge. Keeping your feet in line with your hips, making sure, take a peek at that back heel. Let's make sure it's not rotating in. Keeping your toes, your heel, your knee, all in line with your hips here. Once you've got that alignment, let's take our right hand away. Left hand stays either on the floor or maybe on some sort of elevated item, like a yoga block or similar to. Take your time to replace that left hand with your right. As you open your left hand, we're going to allow our heel to release, opening those hips. So you may need to adjust here, maybe higher on your block, maybe placing your elbow on your knee or your thigh. Extending that front leg into your triangle, make adjustments as needed. Take your time, tuck that knee back into your shoulder. As you place your left hand down, rotating your heel behind you back into that runner's lunge. Big step back into your plank. And switch over to the other side, left foot steps forward into that runner's lunge. Taking a peek behind us, making sure our alignment's all there. Heel, toes, knees, and hips are all in line. Once you've got that, let's raise our left arm, right hand stays down to the floor. Replacing our right hand with our left, opening our heel and hip over to that extended angle, modifying if you need to with your elbow to knee or thigh, or maybe on your yoga block. You could also use a book, a box. Slowly extending that leg, making adjustments as needed for your triangle. Slowly tucking that knee back into your shoulder. As you place that right hand down, heel follows into that runner's lunge. Big step back into your plank. Gently releasing those knees and sitting back onto your heels for child's pose. Use this time to recenter. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Maybe roll out your wrists. Just listening to your body here. Bringing those hands below your shoulders. Take your time to use them to press yourself up. Swinging those feet in front of us. We are going to walk those hands forward into that seated forward fold. If you have a belt or a yoga strap or something that you could use, feel free to use that as you hinge here. Eyes are looking down between your legs. Try to think of pressing your belly towards your legs here, rather than reaching those arms forward or rounding through the shoulders. Try to lead with the chest and belly. Use your deep breaths to release into this stretch. Slowly sliding yourself back up. Lifting tall, let's scoot forward, feet flat on the floor, and releasing down. Tucking your knee into your chest and sliding your opposite heel out in front of you. Let's extend that leg for a deeper stretch, either reaching from under your thigh, your calf, or maybe even your ankle. Tucking our knee back into our chest, placing that foot on the floor before switching over to the other side, starting with our knee tucked in, extending your heel out in front of you. Let's extend that leg, reaching from under your thigh, your calf, or maybe your ankle. Slight bend through the knee, placing your foot flat on the floor. Let's go ahead and slide our opposite foot flat, opening your feet to the outside of your mat and allowing your knees to cave in. You can choose to keep your hands on your belly to feel your breath, or you can place them out to the side. Feel that movement in your chest as you inhale. Feel the collapse as you exhale. Keep your mind focused on your breath and release any thoughts outside of your body, outside of this room. Take your time to exaggerate your breath here. Exaggerate the movement. Eventually sliding or snow angeling those arms overhead, stretch it out. Rolling over to one side, eyes are still relaxed. Taking as much time as you need to open your eyes. And slowly sliding yourself back into the comfortable seated position you started with. Finishing with your deep breaths, arms overhead. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, let's bring your hands into prayer. Exhale your hands to heart. Namaste. Because I can't see all of you, I don't know whether this challenge was too difficult, was too easy, was just right. So just provide feedback if you liked it. If you didn't like it, it was too hard. Let me know if you did it and you want to show me a picture. That'd be awesome. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, everyone, and I will see you all next week.